Hello and welcome to Tidbeats. My name is Konstantin, and in today's episode I will show you how to create a melodic techno lead line. So let's get started. I've already opened up the notes I played in, as well as the device chain of the current lead sound. But instead of simply walking you through the patch that I created, I want to start from scratch, so let's remove that instrument selector. First thing we have to do is add a new instrument selector. And then within that instrument selector, I had two Polysynth instances, so let's bring one up. And then simply duplicate it. Not quite what I had before, but it's a start. For the first preset, I chose box plugs. And then I remember playing around with the amount of warp delay and brassify, as well as reducing the output so the sound is actually part of the mix and doesn't just simply sit on top of the mix. And brassify softens it by increasing the attack and decay of the filter envelope. There we go. That's the first sound. The second sound is also a Bitwig preset, which is called Polytouch Plug. And that sounds quite a bit different from what we had in the beginning. And that's mainly because I used the pacifier control to really reduce the pluckiness and make it a nice and soft sound. As you can see, this increases release and attack of both the amplitude and the filter envelope. And then I also want to dial down the frequency. As well as the overall output to make it sit nicely in the mix. And then maybe increase the release. Increase the space a bit and play around with the shape. Let's see how this sounds in combination with the box plug. I feel like the Polytouch plug is still a bit too prominent. And this is reducing the envelope amount, so that makes the sound overall a little less prominent. And now let's toggle back and forth between the two one more time. Now there's two ways how we can basically create this call and answer between the two sounds. We could either draw in the automation by hand, or we can use one of Bitwig's modulators. And that's exactly what I want to do here. I'm actually going to go with something very simple and just call up a classic LFO. Make sure it is in unipolar mode and synchronized to the tempo. And then switch it to cycle once every bar. All I have to do now is modulate the index of the instrument selector. And of course, you can experiment. You can design any type of modulation you want in Bitwig. You could even modulate the phase or the tempo of the LFO until you have something that you like. But I'm quite happy with this result, so I leave it at that. And that's basically all I had for today. Thank you for listening, and see you next time.